Day started out with a burst of snow, and it may end with another round of light snow. I'm Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey. We'll track the wintry details coming up.
A frightening situation for some students in Madison County. Their school bus slid off the road this morning.
The search continues for a Kentucky man wanted for a kidnapping in Missouri.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 5.
Good afternoon. After our first significant snowfall of the winter season this weekend, we saw a little more light snow this morning, and more could be on the way.
Yeah, it seems our snow chances are increasing a bit. Tomorrow morning could be a repeat with just enough snow to cause some travel trouble. We begin with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey's tracking it all on the First Alert Defender. How about it, Chris?
Yeah, it is some very light stuff out there, but as some folks found this morning, it doesn't take a whole lot of snow to create some slick travel into central and eastern Kentucky. Here are my thoughts as we look ahead toward another winter weather system rolling in tonight. A little burst of some light snow that will come in late this evening into the overnight. A small accumulation for some. It's not a one snow size fits all. Best chance will be the farther south and west that you live from, let's say, Interstate 64. So we may kind of flip the script a little bit compared to what we were talking about a few days ago. But Live First Alert Defender has nothing across central and eastern Kentucky, though notice this little streak of some light snow into the western part of the Bluegrass State. The initial batch is aimed from Owensboro toward the Bowling Green area. It may clip folks down around the western parts of Wayne County over toward Adair County, Casey County, Somerset, into Pulaski County. But the majority of the snows with that will bypass us just to the west. We'll watch this little band that is developing now from Indianapolis toward the Chicago area. That is diving in from the northwest. This isn't a ton of snow. This is not a big system. So I mentioned the better the chance for some accumulating snow will be for areas to the south and southwest of Interstate 64. So again, late this evening into the overnight, guys, at least the chances there area-wide. Best chance will be the farther south that you live.
Thank you, Chris. A terrifying ride to school this morning for some elementary school students in Madison County.
The bus slid off the road after the driver says he hit a patch of black ice. Despite the steep drop-off, somehow the bus stayed upright. WKYT's Mike Linden is in Madison County with our top story at 5.
According to Kentucky State Police Department officers, a Madison County school bus with 23 Kirksville elementary students on board slid off the road along Highway 1295, just a few miles away from school.
As far as this situation for us, it couldn't have been any better. A school bus loaded with kids, it could have been really bad for us and all those involved.
Officers say the driver was new to driving school buses. They say when he felt the traction of the bus tires giving way over a patch of black ice, he lost control of the bus as it slid into an embankment.
Madison County School District administrators tell me that on days like today, they go out at about 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning to see if the roads are safe to drive on. It wasn't until 6 o'clock, though, that black ice had appeared.
Anytime there's a situation that involves a child's safety, we all immediately kind of go into mommy and daddy mode, and we get protective and scared and anxious, just like a parent would.
While the bus did clip a wire fence on the way down, the driver was able to keep the bus upright and only lost a mirror in the process.
The driver did a great job in keeping those kids as safe and doing what he knew was best to control the bus as much as he could.
Officers say no one on board the bus was hurt in the accident. In Madison County, Mike Linden, WKYT.
Despite the slick roads throughout the county, Madison County emergency management officials tell us that no other accidents were reported this morning.
A state of emergency is in effect now for New Jersey, Connecticut, Massachusetts, and parts of New York after a massive blizzard is about to take aim at the Northeast. Now, much of that area can expect more than 2 feet of snow. CBS's Marley Hall reports from New York.
The snow is starting to pick up as a potentially historic storm bears down on a 250-mile stretch of the Northeast. In Connecticut, a travel ban begins at 9 p.m. In New York, city officials urge people to get home before they limit subway service and close roads.
You can't underestimate this storm. This is not a typical storm. It's going to pack a real punch.
The nor'easter is expected to dump between 1 and 3 feet of snow, and wind gusts could reach over 50 miles per hour. The storm is expected to cause widespread power outages. On Long Island, people filled up gas cans for their generators.
That's the main issue, keeping the heat going in the house.
The storm could break New York City's snowfall record of 26.9 inches, but New Yorkers are taking it in stride.
It's nothing compared to last year, so it's about time we've had some snow.
We think this is just going to be beautiful. So we're not worried about the snow so far.
At Boston's Logan Airport, all flights will be grounded this evening, possibly through late Wednesday. Thousands of flights up and down the East Coast have been canceled. Marley Hall, CBS News, New York.
And help from Kentucky is already on the way to the Northeast. 170 employees and contractors with LG&E and Kentucky Utilities left today for New England. The crews will be divided across several states to help restore power there.
The FBI continues to look for two men wanted in a kidnapping out of Kansas City, Missouri. The investigation has brought them here to central Kentucky. Agents have identified one of the suspects as Robert Caldwell of Boyle County. WKYT's Victor Puente has the latest on the search for the wanted man.
One of the men authorities are searching for is from here in Boyle County. The FBI said they believe he was back here Friday night. 25-year-old Robert Caldwell is from Junction City. He's the man the FBI says was spotted on camera after a 67-year-old man was kidnapped from Kansas City, Missouri by two other men. A Kansas TV station reports the man was taken to a McDonald's, an ATM, then a gas station. The FBI says he was able to escape near St. Louis. His van was found crashed near the Bluegrass Parkway in Bardstown. A car was stolen after the crash, and police believe the suspects may be in it. Over the weekend, they released the identity of one of those suspects, Caldwell. They believe he went to Boyle County but then left, may have gone to Lexington. They say they're considering both men very dangerous.
We are considering them armed and dangerous, and anyone that has information should immediately call their local police if they see him or if they know where he might be or know of the other yet to be identified accomplice.
The stolen car the FBI says Caldwell could be driving is a 2008 gray Mitsubishi Eclipse with license plate 663 JKY. In Danville, Victor Puente, WKYT.
And right now, authorities have not identified the second person they believe was involved in the crime.
A woman charged with murder in the death of her paralyzed husband appeared in court this morning. Our county-by-county coverage begins in Clay County. Police say that Amy Burkhart neglected her husband, 32-year-old Charles Burkhart, causing his death earlier this month. Amy Burkhart entered a not guilty plea to charges of criminal abuse. Her preliminary hearing this morning was continued until next week because she did not have an attorney. In Lewis County, one person was killed in a two-vehicle accident involving a semi hauling lumber. It happened about 9 this morning on the Grayson Spur off of the AA highway just north of Carter County line. Officials say the accident involved a tractor trailer and a passenger car. The name of the victim has not yet been released. The road was reopened just before 1 o'clock this afternoon. And in Powell County, friends and family will gather tonight to remember a young Marine killed in a crash. Police say that 23-year-old Tyler Scott Brewer died in a crash on Black Creek Road north of Clay City. Two other men were injured in the wreck. Visitation for Brewer will be tonight at 6 at Hearn Funeral Home in Stanton. The funeral is tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
The Franklin County Sheriff's Office is searching for a man who they say has been targeting women by stealing their purses. He's now wanted for crimes in 2 different counties. WKYT's Sean Moody is in Franklin County with more on the investigation.
The Franklin County Sheriff had some pretty strong words for whoever's been doing this. Twice this month in 2 separate counties, he says a man has been smashing the windows of cars, stealing purses. The first one happened earlier this month in Harrodsburg. Franklin County Sheriff Pat Melton says a man waited outside a gym for a woman to go inside, then smashed her window out and stole her purse. He says that man used her card to buy thousands of dollars of items at a Walmart in Harrodsburg. Then he says they found her purse dumped behind the Frankfort Walmart. Shortly after that, he said the same thing happened at the YMCA in West Frankfort. He said a man smashed a car window, grabbed a purse, and used the card at a Kmart and a gas station in Frankfort. Here's a surveillance picture of the man at the Walmart in Harrodsburg, and here are images of the man in Frankfort.
It is very disturbing to me personally and professionally. We want this individual, and we want him pretty bad. I know Harrodsburg does too.
And Melton said you need to be sure to either lock your purse inside the trunk or put it in a locker inside the gym. In Frankfort, Sean Moody, WKYT.
The sheriff says the man appears to be driving a silver Ford Fusion.
Kentucky Secretary of State Allison Lundergan Grimes removed the mystery surrounding her future plans by announcing today that she will run for re-election.
Grimes announced last week she would be a candidate this year, but would not say for what state office. Today, she made it official, announcing her decision in front of supporters in Lexington.
It's with excitement, it's with energy that I tell you today I will be filing paperwork for re-election as Kentucky's Secretary of State.
Grimes, who lost a tough U.S. Senate battle last year to now Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, says she looked at other options before deciding to go for another term in her current position.
Follow WKYT online at WKYT.com. Join the conversation on Twitter and become a part of the WKYT Facebook family.
There are new questions today about White House security after a drone crashed on the White House grounds overnight.
The Secret Service says it was a quadcopter about 2 feet in diameter flying at a low altitude before it went down. The president and first lady are in India, but their daughters were reportedly in the White House with their grandmother.
The early indications are that it does not pose any sort of ongoing threat right now to anybody at the White House.
While the Secret Service investigation continues, officials now say a man has come forward to say that he had been flying the drone for fun and that he had not meant for it to fly over the White House.
Some extra security measures being taken for this year's Super Bowl in Arizona. Black Hawk helicopters and truck-size X-ray machines typically deployed along the U.S.-Mexico border have been brought into that venue to help with security. The machines are from Tucson, in a town along the Arizona-Mexico border, some of the busiest spots in the nation for the smuggling of drugs and immigrants. Officials say the Arizona border with Mexico still has adequate security, while the equipment is being used in Glendale for this year's Super Bowl.
Well, it is not just the roads that were slick today. Sidewalks and driveways proving to be treacherous for some people. The Lexington Fire Department says that this morning they received 6 calls of people slipping and falling on the ice. 3 of those people had to go to the hospital. Lexington firefighters told us the proper way to brace yourself for the fall.
If you're able to do it, it's good to try to fall with several points of contact, in other words, twist to the side so that you can land on your knee and then your hip and then your shoulder, and try to keep all that impact from being transferred to your hand.
The best course of action that he says is to just avoid taking the risk of falling. For instance, he says to tap the ice with your foot, use handrails, and walk in the grass instead of using the sidewalk if you can. It is time now for Better Living, health, education, and consumer news that impacts your life. Energy drinks have become a mainstay of the soda world, but they're not for children. Holly Furfer explains why in today's Health Minute.
Energy drinks. They're cheap, high octane, and readily available in stores. Maybe too readily available. A recent study found that over 40% of all energy drink-related calls to poison control centers in the U.S. were for kids under 6, many of them suffering serious nervous system and heart symptoms.
A can or bottle of an energy drink could have as much as 500 milligrams of caffeine, which is equal to about 14 cans of soda. So way higher than you'd want a child to have.
Dr. Hsu says the dangers of overconsumption for kids and even adults vary from the minor,
as simple as headaches or some shakiness and jitteriness, but they could even be more serious, like problems with your heart rhythm, where your heart's irregular and beats too fast, or even seizures.
But it's not just the caffeine and other stimulants raising concerns. The drinks are also often filled with sugar.
Too much of that sugar can cause weight gain as well as cavities.
In general, Dr. Hsu says it's best to keep kids away from anything but the basics.
For the most part, all the fluid that your body needs can be found in water and in milk and maybe in some 100% fruit juice. You really don't need what's marketed as sports drinks with electrolytes unless you're doing some really vigorous physical exercise.
For today's Health Minute, I'm Holly Furfer.
It isn't actually the cold weather that causes the common cold. It's what we do when it gets cold out. That's according to medical experts. Doctors say during the winter, we tend to rush indoors to seek shelter from the cold, meaning we're closer in proximity to others and to surfaces where there are germs. Sneezing indoors can be a problem where the air may be recycled. Also, viruses thrive in cold and dry environments, greatly increasing your chances of getting sick during these months. The #1 recommendation from doctors to help stay clear of illness, simply wash your hands. And a new study shows that sun salutations and downward dogs may actually be good for your heart health. Researchers found that doing yoga lowered blood pressure, cholesterol, heart rate, and other cardiovascular risk factors in increments comparable to those seen with aerobic exercise. The study, which is based on 37 clinical trials, found that yoga is not only good for your health, but may also be easier to tolerate for older people and those with health challenges.